Gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. He knows if you're asleep. He knows if you're a creep. So be good for goodness sakes. Oh, let me turn this off. So there's a bunch of people talking a bunch of gibberish. And, well, I figured I'd get on my soapbox. I mean, why not, right?
So I'm a big believer that...
Yeah, everybody's on here. So let me get back here a little bit. There's this dude from LA. I just signed up to his channel yesterday because there was an, when that thing was popping off out in LA, it was like almost a riot. For what? I have no idea. It was at the Martin Luther King Jr. parade, and then something, everybody started kung fu fighting. And so this guy was out there too, and one guy was running around, and he was getting everybody who was, filming, he was getting their channel names and shouting them out. So now he's out on his balcony out there in LA. It's just like two completely different worlds, huh? That must be like a couple thousand at least, right? To be able to live in an apartment like that. I think it's those ones that's right over the Interstate 5 freeway. Whenever you drive through there, you can see some apartments. I'm always like, I wonder who lives in those, right? But anyway, yeah, so that's pretty interesting about this. But yeah, everybody's on here. So let me just go through here and see if I see myself on here. Let me see if I see myself on here. What's her name's on here? And yeah, so everybody's on here right now. That's a new one. Let me see if maybe I should subscribe to her. Yeah, because she's new. She only got 9 people in the room. I'm going to subscribe. As you can see, that's just like a normal person. Look at her kitchen. I'm going to go ahead and subscribe. Wait, let me see who she is first. Well, she's wearing crystals. Okay, so that means something. Let me see who she... Oh, that's that one chick. She's always on here. I've never seen her with crystals. When did she... Yeah, she's wearing crystals. Yeah, I know who she is. She's always on here. So, anyway. Let me find myself here real quick, just to make sure the signal's good, because my main phone is right here, so I wonder if the signal is good. And then, I'll let you know what's going on. It looks like signal's pretty good. But just to be on the safe side, I'm going to move the phone, because it looks all grainy and stuff. I'm going to put the phone on the window out here. And I feel really bloated because I've been eating beans for days. I bought 2 packs of beans. They're good. You remember the other day I told you the black beans were better than the other ones? No. There's this other kind of beans. They're not pinto. They got 3 of them in Walmart. They come in the plastic, not the can. They come in plastic. They're already made. Refried beans with lard. And they got 3 kinds that I saw. They got pinto beans, black beans, and some Peruvian or something. I don't even know what it's called. But they're pretty good. But I've been eating them for 2 days, and now I feel like I just been stuffing my face because I bought food the other day, right? All good food, good bread, good vegetables, good everything. But I did run out of those pop culture sodas. I ran out of those, and if it wasn't for the stevia, if it wasn't for the stevia in the poppy soda, that one would be the best so far. And it only's got 9 grams of sugar in it. What they need to do is, first of all, take that freaking stevia crap out of there. Okay? That's the first thing they need to do. Just get rid of that freaking stevia. It makes it taste nasty. It makes it taste like diet soda. Take the stevia out and then label this medium sugar. Make another one with twice as much sugar and label that one full sugar. And then the one that doesn't have anything in it, this is just like tonic water, just label that one no sugar. Okay? And we should be good to go from there, because this is good stuff. And yeah, I ran out of all of them. The ones that didn't have any sugar at all, a lot of those I ended up pouring them out because I only drank like half, and then I'd leave it out, and so they're flat, and so just pour them out. But the other one, the one root beer, that one is pretty good. That's why I say they just got to get that freaking stevia out of it. Okay, I just smelled perfume. How weird. Oh. You know when you, I don't want to say people take it. It makes some people feel bad if I said something about that. So we just practice a little bit of karma. Okay. So I got one more app loaded up for charging for when I go to Kalinga. So now there's 2 different places where I could charge in Kalinga. They need 2 more. ASAP pronto yesterday. Okay? They need to get with the program. And so I've got apps. This is what you got to do. If you've got an electric car, you got to get these apps. Without the apps, you ain't getting no charge. Where's that freaking perfume coming from? It's crazy. Okay, so let me make it more comfortable. Well, I can't make it more comfortable because then I won't be able to read the stuff. But I got my hot water heater turned on. And so I'm going to go in there and take a shower in about an hour. And so I need to find out what time it is. Okay, just a second. Oh, this one's not even turned on. Okay, just a second. I'll find out what time it is. Okay. Let me see. Can I see the time it is up here? Okay, it is 6:30. Okay, so it'll be ready at 7:30. Okie dokie. Okay. So, how y'all doing? Okay. Wow. Got some people in the building. Okay, so what do you want to hear first? You want to hear about the my solar panels that I'm trying to get going, or do you want to hear about the chocolate. Because that's all I've got to talk about. That's what's going on in life. I'm trying to build a solar power station. Okay. So let's talk about the chocolate first, because girls don't want to hear about no solar power station. So I'll talk about this first, and then they can take off when I start talking about the electric car and what's going on with this. But so far, like everybody else, it's neat. It's nice. It's nice. It's just maybe it's from this toilet paper. Nope. It's nice. It's just that well, I can't wait to get the upgrade, the next one, right? More range, cruise control, and yeah, more range and cruise control. So let me start by talking about the chocolate. Okay, I was saying, oh, I want to make this hot chocolate. I was drinking it every day, every night in December, November and December. I was drinking it every night because it was freezing in here. Okay, we're starting to go out of winter. We have sunny days now. This is like the fifth sunny day, but we had a little bit of overcast today. Okay, but we had like sunny days for the last 5 days. And so we're on our way back to summer. And it's flying by. So I was drinking chocolate, organic chocolate with well, let me go back all the way. I originally started out with chocolate bars. I was using chocolate bars, and I even added marshmallows. No sugar, no white sugar. Okay? White sugar is no bueno. You have to have raw cane sugar or raw coconut sugar or raw honey. And so I would even put marshmallows, because marshmallow is a herb. And I used to take marshmallow herb. Marshmallow with gravel root and something else for a cleanse. And so I was just trying to make a cup of hot chocolate that's healthy. And I would take the organic cinnamon sticks, which are pretty expensive. And I was drinking those, and I was making it with these, okay, chocolate bars. And it has caramel too, and it's milk chocolate, so you don't have to add any milk. And it was working out pretty good, and it was improving my circulation. My feet weren't cold, my hands weren't cold, and I was eating a lot of garlic too, and trying to eat a lot of cayenne pepper. Okay, so I slacked off on the garlic, slacked off on the cayenne pepper, and I was like, well, I'm going to try to make this chocolate even better. I'm going to get organic chocolate and get everything organic. So I was trying to make a cup of hot chocolate, and it just does not come out good. The chocolate the chocolate powder sinks to the bottom. It's just, and then you got to add your own salt, and you never know how much salt to put, right? And um and so somebody needs to make a freaking hot chocolate powder with, organic stuff that already has the salt mixed in it, already has the caramel. All caramel is sugar anyways. It's sugar that's been fried. That's what caramel is. And caramel and the sea salt that's already measured so that you can just go over there and, pour it in packs would be better, right? That we don't have to measure nothing. You just take out your pack and you pour it in there. Somebody needs to make that available. So it was just a mess. And the chocolate would go to the bottom of the pan, and you never always forget something, and it just didn't, it just was it just didn't work. And so I stopped drinking it, and my feet started getting cold, and my hands started getting cold. So since I was down in Kalinga, I've been meaning to get some of this. Since I was down in Kalinga, I went over to Dollar General and I picked up the chocolate that I used to use before. Do they use white sugar in here? Probably. Okay. I would not doubt it. Okay. Hopefully, somebody will make this chocolate bar out of organic things and organic raw sugar, because it's so much easier to make a cup of chocolate. With this one, you just break off about that much, right? It's got sea salt in it already, it's got caramel in it, and it's got milk chocolate. So it comes out like if you poured milk in it when you make the chocolate. Okay? So somebody needs to take this chocolate bar that's at Dollar General. It's got sea salt and caramel in it, and make it better. Which is to say, make it with either cane sugar or coconut sugar, and use organic chocolate. Okay? And the caramel made out of cane sugar or coconut sugar. That way it will be organic and it will be better. And so I just take this and take a cinnamon stick, and that gets rid of the cold feet and the cold hands. So I bought 3 of them. I was going to buy 5, but I was like, I know they're using that sugar, and I'm trying to stay away from it because I'm starting to feel like I'm getting overweight. I never felt like this before. And I think what's doing it, I've been looking at people. I think what's doing it, this is just my own opinion. I'm not a expert at this at all. But just putting 2 and 2 together, I think it's the tortillas and the bread and anything that's made with enriched flour, which is everything. Your burritos, your cookies, your donuts, especially your tortillas and your bread. It's the enriched flour, okay? Because I've already told you what's up with the flour, okay? And the white processed sugar and high fructose corn syrup. I think that's what's doing it. It's making people overweight and giving them the D word and the H word. That's what I'm thinking. So that's what I'm trying to clean up. But I figured the circulation is important. Okay. So I'm guessing that they do use white sugar in here, which is basically pure sucralose. It's over 80% sucralose. That's not sugar. It's freaking sucralose. And it needs to be good sugar, the one that has both parts. And that is cane sugar or coconut sugar, raw. Okay. But I figured the circulation was important, so I bought it because I haven't been drinking it hot chocolate for like 2 weeks already because it doesn't come out good. Always forget to put something in it that sometimes you don't have, milk to put in it. You you know, don't know how much sweetener because I got coconut sugar or honey. And maybe that'd be good. Put some honey in it too instead of the all sugar. But yeah, the only bad thing that's in here probably is the sugar. Well, you can look and it'll tell you if it has sugar. Watch, let me read this real quick. Okay, this is it. Caramel with sea salt, milk chocolate, not dark chocolate, milk chocolate. Okay, so sugar, and it's got a lot of it. Okay, that's the first thing that it says there. It doesn't say cane sugar. Okay, it says sugar. So that means they're using the white garbage. Okay, so I've been completely trying to take that out of my thing, but what can you do except tell them to clean up their freaking act? That's freaking bogus. Okay, they could put the good stuff in there like that. It doesn't cost them anything. Practically. Sugar is not freaking expensive. I got a whole freaking jar like that for $9 of raw, organic coconut sugar. Okay. So maybe somebody will make one that's organic. As soon as the word gets out. As soon as the word gets out and people see it on the shelf, they'll leave this crap like a bad habit. The stuff with number one first thing when you read it. That's the most ingredient. You know that, right? You can't be that dumb. The first thing that you read, that's the most component in the product. And when you read this, it's not cocoa. The most stuff that's in here is sugar. There's more sugar than chocolate. Okay? But it is what it is. So, I don't feel good about eating this stuff. I'm cleaning all my stuff up. I've been buying organic everything. But on this, I just, so that's about 3, 6, 9, about 2 weeks worth of hot chocolate. If you drink a cup of hot chocolate every night. Okie dokie. All right, so let's talk about the electric car now. Okay, so the electric car. I came back from Kalinga. Okay. I had to go to Avenel. and charge the car so that it would have enough to make it to Kalinga. Because when I got home last night, yesterday, where did I go? I don't even remember. Did I go to Walmart yesterday? I think it was. Yeah. And um and so uh I started run I started running out of juice because I went to that one place. I won't say their name, okay? I won't say their name because they're everywhere. But it was just pathetic. There was not one space available, so I had to take off, and I didn't know if I was going to make it back to Huron. Because when I was on the way back, they had the road completely tore to crap. The road that goes from uh, the 41, when you're coming back, you take this road. It's called Jackson. It connects to the Lemoore Naval Air Base, Air Station. And it goes in between the 41 freeway and the Avenel cutoff. It's like a frontage road. It runs along the freeway. And that way you save about 2 or 3 miles because you can just, it makes a beeline for Huron. So I was taking off driving it, and the whole road was demolished because they're putting up high tension power wires, those great big giant electrical wires, the huge gigantic ones. They had the whole thing freaking, you couldn't pass through there. So I had to take a detour. I ended up going an extra 8 miles. And so I charged up a little bit in Huron, and then I came back through Avenel, and I was like, I took a quick trip into the deal to see if the charger was working, the free one, and it wasn't. So I just said, hell with it, because I'd spent a long time already charging over in Hanford and Lemoore and all this stuff. So I was, ready to get home. But I passed by that one, and it wasn't working because it was like cloudy or something. This is the solar panel ones. And so I came home, and I only had like 23 miles of range left. So because I'm still experimenting to see what kind of range, real world range it gets and where I can charge. I've never charged in Kalinga before until today. So this morning I had to go to Avenel to charge. The free one still wasn't working, and there was a Tesla hooked up to it. And the sun was out for like 3 hours already. So I'm thinking if those batteries did get charged that's in it, that Tesla took all that energy and it turned the machine off. And so I had to take off down to the high school to charge the car and to make it to Kalinga because I had to go pick up my package from the post office, and I was going to try out the chargers in Kalinga. And so all that could have been avoided if I had a charger, a solar charger, so that I can charge it for free. Because the electricity here is very expensive. Okay. And when you go over a certain amount, it goes up to like 50 cents. And these chargers that are in town, these 5,000 watt, well, I found out now that they're actually 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9,000 watts. I found that out when I was in Kalinga right now. The wattage went up and it put all kinds of miles fast. But anyhow, so if I have a solar panel power station, I can charge my car with free energy from the sun. And that way I don't have to use my electricity from my utility company, because the electricity out here is expensive. These chargers that are in town, some of them are half the price of what I pay over here. So that gets expensive, okay? If you're charging at home. If you live out here, if you live in Utah, it's a different story. In Utah, they pay pennies compared to what we pay over here. Okay? We pay about 5 times more in California, because California has the most expensive electricity anywhere in the nation, second only to Hawaii. Okay? And so that's why I want to build a solar panel station to charge the car. I'm not building a 5,000 watt unit. Okay. Eventually, maybe. Okay. Why not? But it's not going to be anytime soon. Right now, what I'm trying to build is a level 1 charger. Okay. Because when I'm at home, all the time that the sun's out, that car can be getting charged off free energy. So I don't have to drive all the way to Avenel, spend 1 hour in the car there just to make it over to Kalinga. I could take off to Kalinga. And if I want to charge in Kalinga, I can charge to make it back and then plug the car back in. But if it's on full charge, it'll make it to Kalinga and back. I don't have to stop and charge. It's just for convenience, for using a 5,000 watt unit. And if they had a 50,000 watt unit, I could probably charge a car in 15 or 20 minutes. But why would I want to? I'm not going nowhere. If I have my solar panels here, I get home and I plug it in, don't worry about it. Right? It'll be charged in a few hours. It's the level 1 charge. It's a slow charge. It's just off your regular, what you plug in here, where you plug your stuff in your house. That's level 1. Okay. So this is what I'm planning on building. So I can get the solar panels cheap. About 90% cheaper than getting them brand new. And they work just as good. They got thousands and thousands of them. I explained the whole thing on my video yesterday. Because they replace them with the new technology. They take all these panels, they're all working perfectly fine. They're just putting in the new technology panels because they're getting better and better by the minute. And so I can take 4 panels and just throw them up on a bench. I just realized I have a bench out there. All I got to do is get a big board. I can do it now. I just realized that. I can go down to Home Depot and get myself some wood and fit it in that car. Right? Even if the wood has to go all the way up to the front. And if my Toyota was working, I know that it would fit in there, because I've hauled a big old giant water heater in the Prius. Okay, so I know I can get the wood. I'm going to take the solar panels, 4 of them. They're $30 a piece. Okay, so that's $120, and that'll give me 1,200 watts. And I can charge the car with that. Eventually, maybe 5 panels would be the way to go, but you can't even do that. You have to stick with 4, because as far as what I know, I think the panels are putting out 12 volts. I'm not sure. Okay, this is all new to me. I know they're putting out 6 amps. And So I'll have 1,000 watts. And so each panel is putting out 6 amps. So that's 24 amps. Okay. So these batteries take 100 amps. And so I can charge one battery in 1 hour. And that's all I need to run the system in the daytime with no clouds. If it's just a sunny day, I can do it with one battery. So it'll take 1 hour to charge the battery. So now you have 1,000 watts on standby with one of these LifePo batteries. They're 12 volt, 100 amp. It's a 100 ampere hour. That means it's a 1,000 watt-hour battery. It'll put out 1,000 watts for 1 hour. Okay. So with this battery charged up, it's got a 1,000 watt-hour in it, and the sun is shining. The panels are putting out 1,000 watts. So it'll charge that car at 1,000 watts. If there's any slight interruptions or whatever, the battery will act as a you know, like a filter type deal. So you need that battery. Once it's charged, I can start charging that car because the power will be coming from the solar panels. The battery will just act as a buffer for it, for any dips in, strength coming off of the, what you call it. So it'll be acting like a filter capacitor. No, not a filter capacitor. I forget what it's called. Capacitors that are in power supplies. And so the only thing I need to get that I don't know how is the controller. This is the thing that I'm not sure of. So I'm going to have to watch some videos because I have a controller, but it's about that big. So I'm just like, I don't think that can handle the 24 amps, 6, 6, 12, 12, 12. Yeah. 24 amps. I don't think it can handle 24 amps. I don't know. I'm going to have to go in and look at some videos and see how people are making these things function. Okay. So I've never experimented with the solar panel. Never. So that's the only thing. I've got to figure out what kind of controller is good, which is a good controller that everybody's using. And then I'm just going to get myself a inverter. Already seen the inverters. You can get an inverter for a couple $100 to $250, something like that. And it's pure sine wave inverter. There's a bunch of different brands, but it's just a level 1 charger, right? And so I'll be putting out this type of electricity that comes off your wall. That's 120 volts. I think it's 117. They say it's between 110 and 120. So hopefully it'll be like 117. But we'll see. We'll see what these engineers are putting out there. Because if I check the voltage right here right now, it's about, it usually all the time is 120 or 118, right? 118, 120. And I'll double check it. I'll start checking it to see what the utility company is putting out, just for reference. But I'll be supplying 120 volts off the inverter. The inverter takes the battery voltage, or the solar panels. It's backed up by the battery, and it turns it into this type of electricity, 120 volts. So I'll be supplying 120 volts with um, um, 10. It's 1,200. 1,200. It needs more than that. Uh, I was actually thinking of, I saw one in there for 2,500. 2,500 watts. And so that'll be 25 amps. It'll be 120 volts at 25 amps. So that'll be pumping some juice, right? It's it'll be capable of that, but I'm thinking that the system doesn't draw that much. I'm thinking it draws probably about 12 to 1,500 watts. I'll figure all that stuff out later. If it did actually draw 25 amps, that would be surprising because I don't think it does. Just off looking at the wire and the components on these things, I don't think it's drawing that. I don't think it's using 25 amps to charge the vehicle. Okay, not on level 1. I think it's drawing probably 12 amps, at most 15 amps. But this system will be able to do it because the inverter will be able to go up to 25 amps. And so that's pretty good. It's about half of what it's, what it can put out. It'll be using about half. So I think that's pretty good. I think that's what a lot of people usually say to do. And it can be hooked up just like this. Just as soon as I find out a little bit more information on the controllers. Okay, they got controllers for days. I ordered one. I thought it was going to be a box like this, right? I thought it was going to be a big box, heavy in a metal case, and it's small like this. It's all microprocessors, and it's all cheap. It was like 19 bucks. So I'm like, that can't be what you use for this system. There's got to be something that looks more heavy duty than that. So that's the only thing that I got to figure out. But this will materialize after there's one more thing I got to take care of, and then once I take care of this, then I can probably get the panels, fork out the 120 bucks for the used solar panels. Once I get the used solar panels, then I can start making some videos and letting you know what my progress is. But as far as getting anything else right now, I can't. I can't get the inverter. It's almost $300 for the inverter, even though you can get them on credit. I just can't do it right now. But I can get the panels. I can get the panels, and I'll keep you up to date on building a poor man's solar power station to charge your electric vehicle. Okay? And yeah. So it'll take, eventually I want to put on some more batteries, right? So that you can, so that if it gets cloudy, you can charge your car for more than 1 hour. Each battery is going to charge that car for 1 hour if it gets cloudy. If there's no sunshine, each battery will charge the car for 1 hour. Okay, so right now where it's at, it's got about half of range on it right now. So on level 1, it would need probably 5 hours. So that's 5 batteries. But in the summertime, you think I'm going to be worried about that? You can run that system with 1 battery. And that's what I'm doing. Okay, so this is the poor man's way to do it. And so that's all I've got for right now. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll talk to you all later. Nobody's leaving any comments. That's strange. Signing out from Central Valley, California. Talk to you on the next video live stream.